The workers dump the soil they dug back into the mixer. This is the raw material used by Koreans to make mud beds. They believe that sleeping on such a hard bed can cure various diseases. Because of this, these mud beds can be up to 10 times pricier than regular ones. What methods do you use to create a costly mud bed? To create this mud bed, use yellow earth from 3 meters down, pour it into the mixer, and add water to enhance the yellow earth's viscosity and humidity. Next, through a conveyor belt, it drops into the hydraulic press below, the clay processed by the mixer. Under pressure, it is quickly shaped. At this time, the workers will lay a layer of foam paper underneath the clay mass. When the clay mass is extruded, the rollers below will smoothly spread the clay mass out. When the clay mass reaches 2 miles long, the workers cut the clay mass with cutting tools, and workers on the other end will pull the foam paper, dragging the clay mass to the workbench. They then cut off the clay mass, removing the part that extends beyond the workbench, and smooth the surface with a scraper to make the clay mass smoother. After handling these, they use a forklift to place the clay on a shelf, handing it to another worker, sent to a ventilated area for drying. Meanwhile, a humidity controller adjusts the humidity to 30 degrees to stop the clay from cracking. After the time of 3 hours, the workers use a trolley to send the dried clay mass into the kiln, then use a lighting tool to ignite each vent. This allows for the closing of the door to fire the clay mass. About 3 hours later, these completed clay masses will become as hard as stone. The workers use an adsorption machine to place the clay mass on the workbench, using a drill to grind the edges of the clay mass. Unused clay will be crushed and reprocessed for optimal use, scraping the clay dust from the surface with a scraper. They are then sent to the spray painting room, where a protective coating is sprayed over the clay. The processed surface of the clay mass has now become very close to wood. The workers lay them in front of the fan, speeding up coating drying. Using this very moment, the workers begin to make the bed base, first nailing wooden strips onto a solid piece of board. Then, using different wooden boards to splice and secure the entire bed. Just like that, after repeated processing, the framework of a bed is constructed. At this point, the workers spray protective lacquer on the wooden bed, and then add a layer of fabric to the bed base, installing electrical circuits for the bed. Workers will install 2 electric heating plates on each bed, then add a layer of insulation fabric on top, then on the headboard. Once the controller is ready, they can be installed on the outer frame. Meanwhile, these clay masses have completely combined with the protective coating. At this point, the 2 clay masses can be installed on the bed, and just like that, a temperature-controlled mud bed is completed.